It's in the game.
Welcome to the home of the Purdue Boilermakers, Ross Age Stadium in West Lafayette, Indiana. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Purdue Boilermakers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Wolverines will boot it away to start the game. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Purdue's offense has the ball first today. And David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, go win me the football game. That's not where he's at right now in his career. Jesse, he's a guy that needs the others. They got to help him out. They got to play on schedule, not make those mistakes, and guys really play well around him.
Yeah, David, the one thing quarterbacks don't want to be referred to as is a game manager, but that's really more what this guy is. You're right. They have to be able to run the football. They can't turn it over. They got to play great defense. If they do that in this game, he's good enough to get this win.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. They booted away. Surprisingly makes a fair catch just outside the 40-yard line. So the Michigan Wolverines offense taking the field for a chance. We have to see them today. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, all power. All those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. They'll move the tight end. The give to the tailback. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Hard running there. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
And this is every defensive coordinator's dream, right? Watching your defense go out on 1st down, TFL, 2nd down, TFL. Now you set up 3rd and long. Everybody knows they're going to throw it, and your pass rushers can pin their ears back. Outstanding job being physical by this defense.
Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup.
Well, there's the trust this quarterback has in his guy, right? He knows he's going to give him an opportunity in critical down and distances. 3rd down, find your best matchup because you know he can make the catch, he can get his feet in bounds, and keep the drive moving.
And the rush will get to him at the 25.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
And the Wolverines have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Unloads to the wideout. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch.
When you're going to run a comeback route, you've got to sell like you're going deep, and that was a great job there by the receiver, really making that corner think he was running deep down the field. So we got the corner to turn his hips, turn his shoulders, and then the receiver was able to just pivot around and make it an easy passing catch.
Dropping back, it's Underwood. Forced out of the pocket. No, he got loose. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. The Wolverines are threatening on 1st and goal. Trying to bully their way in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Wolverines.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They took it 64 yards right down the field. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Snagged in the middle, it's Jackson. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27. 1st down for this offense. Wants to go up top on 1st down. The throw to the outside is complete. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. The Boilermakers have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
Now, that was a blitz from the middle linebacker. That's one the offensive line should have picked up, regardless of what the pass protection was. Sliding or going base man-to-man or fanning out, you generally always account for the middle linebacker. There's no reason to let him run clean like that.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength.
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And that falls incomplete as they tried to wrap up the first quarter with a bang, but the incomplete pass takes us to the second quarter. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. And the Boilermakers decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch is signaled and made, and they'll go to work from the 27-yard line. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. To the air, it's Underwood. Quickly out to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. And the Wolverines with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Guys, let's chat about Michigan. I'm sure you guys saw what a get in recruiting. 4-star defensive linemen gave them a verbal commitment just last week.
Yeah, you can't get enough of these guys, man. And they're excited because you've got to play so many defensive linemen. This is the guy that's going to come in, be in the rotation early and often.
The Wolverines send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the big fella. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Finds the tight end. Let's talk for just a second about Purdue. They got a boost from their high school recruiting ranks, setting the table for the future, getting a verbal commitment from a 4-star linebacker.
Yeah, it's huge for this defense, not only because of his physical traits. This guy can run, he can cover, he can blitz the passer, but he's also a tremendous leader. This guy could be the alpha on this defense for years to come.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
Well, in that down and distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too, but don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. They knew they could slip that tight end behind the backers with that play-action fake.
Well, it's because I can't win, Reese. I have to play the run. You know, all these RPOs, all these different things, it makes me come up and use my eyes and play run. And these tight ends are so valuable to find space behind. Knew where he was going with the football the whole time because the big fella, he's always open.
Gonna run it. It's McCoby. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And on that play on the RPO, they had the look they wanted, but up front, they just could not get the job done. You see linemen losing their one-on-one battles. There was nowhere for that running back to go.
The Boilermakers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Grabbed over the middle. It's Jackson. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And now a chance to pull even. First and goal as we get late in the first half. They'll try to get it in with the run. He has kept those big, powerful thighs churning, but he'll be knocked down at the 1. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Looking for just one more yard. It's second and goal. Here we go, set. Quarterback looking for just a crack on the sneak. Sneaks it in.
And I love that this offense stuck to it. Stuck to the run game. Didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And the extra point is good. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the SEC. Texas is trailing, but they are within striking distance. Kind of like when Major Applewhite turned a huge deficit in the 2001 Holiday Bowl into a win. Maybe today is deja vu. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Vanderbilt. Games like these just mean more in the SEC, and we'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should see.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Coming out with it, it's Stewart. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Give to the running back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Wants to throw. It's Underwood. Makes the catch. It's Haynes. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. The offense burns its third and final timeout of the half. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, first and 10. Corners are going to bail. To the air on first down. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Going to swing it on second down. Finds his tight end. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Here's the pressure. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. And the Wolverines will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Hauls it in and looking upfield. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Offense in a split backfield. He'll do it himself. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, yeoman's work so far in West Lafayette today, and welcome into the halftime update. And that defense has to feel like it just played about as close to a perfect first half as it can play. And who am I to argue? I mean, check out that scoreboard. Bone-crushing hits and an airtight secondary. Feels like they have 12, 13 dudes out there against that offense, which needs a real pick-me-up and fast. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Ross-Ade Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. The Boilermakers will kick it away to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Morgan. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. So here comes the Michigan offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
They'll stop him at the 24, and that brings up 4th down. The Wolverines will line up to punt it away.
Number 93 on to kick it away.
Makes the catch at the 35. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's got it inside the 30. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
This offense not wasting any time. First play of the third quarter, and they're aggressive, taking a shot. You know they had some conversations in the locker room at halftime. How can we get a big one right out of the gate? Defense isn't going to be expecting it. They took the shot, they hit it, and this offense is hungry.
They'll run the screen. There he goes. Takes it all the way down to the 4 after making the grab, and they're set up.
First and goal, Purdue.
The Boilermakers will try to punch it in on first and goal.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Boilermakers! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half.
Speed kills. This offense, they've got multiple guys that can burn you. You can see it doesn't take them long to light up the scoreboard.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Morgan. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Picks his way ahead, pick up a 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
I love it. The defense brings extra bodies near the line of scrimmage. They choose to blitz, get to him, try to speed up the processor just a little bit, force the scramble, no damage done. Nice job by this defense making him think really quickly and make a decision.
To the air, it's Underwood. Grab near the sticks, it's Priestcorn. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
Tackle is made.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. See his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. They'll go to the ground. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it. At this point, that looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wondered maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
The give to the back. Finds a little space. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28. And the Wolverines look to keep this drive humming. Rides the back on the option, the give. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down, it's 2nd and 10. Trying to get the corner. They'll make the stop, but he gets 4 on the play. Ball's at the
It's a nice game, but the big theme here is they just haven't been able to get the run game going on offense. They've been very one-dimensional. They're just not being physical enough at the point of attack.
Back to pass, it's Underwood. Fires toward the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. He'll try to put one down the boulevard from 42 yards out. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. Fielded in the end zone, it's Jackson. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. That's the end of the period, and Purdue has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One quarter to go, and Mike, we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Looking to fire. Shoots it to the left. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Catch in the middle. It's Jackson. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down. That's exactly what they told us they wanted to limit, yards after the catch, and it pays off on this play.
And especially in these situations in 3rd down when you know the ball's going to come out fast, understanding that, breaking on the football, going, making the tackle, and forcing the 4th down.
And here they come going for the 1st down on 4th and 2. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Caught close to the marker, it's Jackson. And the Boilermakers get it past the sticks. They'll put it in play from the 27, 1st down. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. He picks up maybe a couple before he's stopped right at the 30-yard line.
Got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell.
And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. Takes it the other way. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan.
How about that play by this defense? The offense trying to salt the game away with the lead. Defense makes the biggest play of the ball game, getting the pick, finding the end zone, and taking the lead late in this ball game.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big Ten. Northwestern is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out. We've seen this program stage memorable comebacks before. Do not rule out another one today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Ohio State. We'll circle back to this Big Ten battle. If anything big happens, you should know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes fine. He lets it fly. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on 1st down.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
And here we go, down a score. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Quickly to the tight end. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing.
What a big play in the 4th quarter when you're trailing and you really needed to get a 1st down here. Nice job by the quarterback, making the pass, getting the 1st down.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. He's got it. Good pickup there as he gets the 1st down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
The Boilermakers are on the move. Running back searching for a hole. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
Back to pass. The quick out.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Looking to help the kicker out on 3rd down. From here, it would be a 59-yard attempt. He'll do it himself on the draw. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
And in a 2-minute situation like this late in the game, the offense looking to throw the football. They're trying to make it look like pass before going with the draw, but the defense wasn't fooled. Really nice job communicating and staying alert before making that stop.
Yeah, and 4th and inches, you know what's coming. You know they're going to run the quarterback sneak, but it's one of the hardest plays in football to stop. You got to find a way to dive from the defensive line spot and stop the feet of the quarterback, and they couldn't do it. And listen, they only needed inches. That's what makes it so difficult to stop.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Grabbed behind the line, it's Thomas. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
In this offense, they got another positive gain, but I think they're going to have to start pushing the ball down the field a little bit. Got to make some plays. That clock is not your friend. You got to speed up, maybe work the middle of the field a little bit, but make sure we get 1st downs and the rest of the time work the sidelines.
Caught over the middle, it's Thomas. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
And that is perfect job by this defense. Like, you can give up those little small gains all the way down the field. The clock is your friend. You don't want to give up big plays, don't want to give up those 1st downs, and just make that clock run.
They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. Caught near the sticks. It's Jackson. And he wisely gets out of bounds. The clock can be the enemy right now, and this offense needs to get some points.
Where's the defense on that last play? It's a 2-minute situation. You've got the guy making the catch in the middle of the field. You've got to tackle him in bounds and keep this clock moving. Somehow they were able to let him get outside and stop the clock. That just can't happen.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The offense will use the timeout clock as stop with 22 seconds left. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking up top, and time is of the essence. Quick completion on the out route. And wisely gets out of bounds to stop the clock. They've got the first down, now in plus territory and a chance to save themselves. Precision execution there to work the sidelines, pick up the first down, and stop the clock.
Yeah, great job by the offense. You got to understand the situation. The clock is the enemy late in the ballgame. Got to have a score. Like you said, Reese, work the outer part of the field so I can catch the football and get out of bounds.
He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. The timeout stops the clock with 10 seconds to play. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Wants to pass, and he's got to make a play. Catch in the middle, it's Tuggle. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. So this is going to be rife with drama and overflowing with pressure on this field goal try. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. And this to lock things up late. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. Just drives it between the uprights. And that's going to give us a tie ball game. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possessions starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, just to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer. Like, you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the 3rd overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays, back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
The Boilermakers have it with a 1st and 10. Quickly complete. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal. They've done a really good job creating the matchups they want out of the slot.
Yeah, dude, get that guy matched up on a linebacker. That guy matched up on a safety. Keep him away from the corners by putting him in the slot. Get him the football, let him make plays.
And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
And this is an area of the field, man, who can be more physical. And you know I'm going to run the football a lot of times on these goal-to-go situations. 1st and goal, can I be physical? Can I get closer? The defense won.
Touchdown, Purdue! They strike first here in overtime.
And that is the perfect way to cap off this drive. This thing started way back on their 2-yard line, and they methodically marched it down the field. You saw a little bit of everything on this drive, so at the very end, you pay it off. Really nice job running down in the red zone for the score.
Now on 1st down, they need to answer with a touchdown. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Pocket breaking down. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
Rush is on him, and the pressure gets to him again. Another sack.
And when you get this far behind the chains and it's a guaranteed passing situation, defensive linemen go to work. That's what we do. We want to get sacks. We want to rush the quarterback, especially in known situations like this. That's why the quarterback tasted that dirt.
Throws to the wideout. Had it right in his hands in the middle of the field, and it trickled to the ground. It'll be 4th down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
Does the drama get any thicker? The offense comes to the line on 4th down here in overtime. Right down the middle. Oh, and they pick it off. What a huge defensive play in overtime. He goes down right there, but not before coming up with a big interception. What a thriller. What a confidence builder to be able to come up with a win like that in overtime.
This team has to love their ability to come up with big plays in big moments. How about in overtime, the individual efforts we saw, this team playing as a unit, doing enough and doing everything that was needed to get the W.
It's such an exciting game, up and down, back and forth. It's heartbreaking if you lose, but when you come through with these games late in the ball game, it gives you confidence throughout the season to continue to build on it. What a great win.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.